But I'll tell a job what I want to make quick.
Don't ever change for anybody. Don't ever trade your soul. Don't even listen to him. He don't know nothing.
Hey y'all, thank you so much for tuning in to Driofallthings. So, another video. Trying to do it. I got on my nursing scrubs, you know, and I got on my nursing scrubs. It's going to be a nursing related video. So I want to talk about red flags when looking for a job. And this could go for any job. It doesn't have to be a nursing job, but I am a nurse. So that's what I've been noticing. So first red, I'm not even going to title them first and second because it's a lot. Red flag. When you go to that job, you do an interview and they hire you on the spot. To me, that's a red flag. Not no, I'll call you and, call you later in the day. It's, oh, can you start tomorrow? That has happened to me. And I was like, no. I went in for Friday and was like, can you start on Saturday? I was like, no. They were like, okay, can you start on Monday? I'm like, wait, whoa. Y'all ain't even do no drug screen or background. I know all of that's going to go through. But that's a red flag. And every job that has been like that, I've tried. Like, well, maybe, they just, need people and it's not that bad. And it ended up being that bad. Another red flag is if you are at that job, like you work for that job, and you hear somebody complaining about their money. That's a red flag. You're not going to play with me about my money. I had a job. I'm not even going to mention the job, but it is in Tampa. I had a job that I did orientation for, and they never paid me. I reached out to HR. I found out HR no longer worked there. This was within 2 weeks. I found out HR no longer worked there. That was a red flag. When they don't have their main staff, that's a red flag. When administrators are constantly changing, if you work in any nursing home, you'll start noticing, why are all these titles changing? Like, this person is no longer the DON, now this person is the DON. Director of nursing. This person is no longer the administrator. Now this person is the administrator. It's kind of like, interesting. That's very interesting. And it's because the amount of work you do for a nurse, I feel like you should get. Now, I'm not saying, you just became a nurse yesterday and then you want to get $40 an hour. I'm not saying that. Not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, you do a lot of work and some of these jobs will hit you with $16 an hour. Y'all, no lie. I went to a job and they told me, hey, we pay $17 an hour. Now, that wasn't what was at. That's another red flag. When the numbers that they put on the job post don't match. It's not even in the range. Like, what? It's not even in the range of the amount of money that you told me. And you get there and it's like, oh, we want we are looking for some, they telling you the time that they need for people to fill like the 3 to 11 shift, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., whatever the shift is. And then they're saying we can only pay such and such. And then they try to hit you with like $1 differential or $2 differential. No, I never worked for that place. And I knew better because where the location was, I knew better, but I still was, I'm one of the people, I'm still going to try, I'm going to try. And if it don't work, it don't work. Most of my best paying jobs have been across the bridge in St. Pete. But I kind of hate the drive. So I'm like, okay, let me try this place in such and such, which is in Tampa. Let me try this place, such and such. And yeah, that's why I work in St. Pete when I was working, that's why I worked in St. Pete. Now I've already talked about the pay. I've talked about when they want you to start the next minute after the interview. I ain't even did no background check, ain't did no drug test. And when they want to lowball you with the money. Another red flag. Ready? When you show up to work and you're the only nurse. Red flag. Don't go back. I understand the times are hard. People are short-staffed. Nobody wants to come to. Anyways, I didn't work at that facility anymore. And so I was just like, it's so many like red flags that I'm like, now if I go on an interview, I'm like, okay, when can you start? I'll give them a date like 3 weeks from then. Because one, if I don't have any other offers, which as a nurse right now, I highly doubt it unless you did something on your license. But I'll give them a date like 3 weeks out because I need to go in and, I'm still interviewing. And I interview the facility when they're interviewing me. Like when they're asking me, do you have any questions? I do. I always do. Even if they went over the pay, they went over the hours, they went over what they're looking for, can I do a tour? Can I do a tour? I want to see how it looks because you'll get some of these lobbies look real nice, and you get in the back behind them double doors, and it's real nasty. And I'm not working out. I've worked at a place where I couldn't even put my food down. I'm like, what? I'm bringing stuff in plastic bags, and I'm still scared to put it down because I don't know what's going to try to crawl in it, what's going to try to crawl out of it. And because I was working the time frames that I was working, it was like, I don't want to have to drive to a gas station and try to get something to eat and keep me full until I get off. Like I want to bring my food that I already made, so I know I'm going to be full. But sometimes you be needing that break. I always take a break. Every break. I don't even smoke, but I said I'm gonna start using smoke breaks because I be needing every break away. It's plenty of red flags that you'll start to notice as you become a nurse or as you start working at some of these companies. And I'm not just talking about nursing homes. I'm talking about hospitals. I'm talking about like every place I've did an interview at or did a job application at. And that's another thing. When you apply for the job and then they get there and they want you to apply again. What? I'm not going to do this all over again. You give them a resume and they want you to list down on the employment history. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not doing this again. This is ridiculous. I really get to that point like, this is ridiculous. You want me to write out where I work at and you just ask for a resume that details where I've worked at with the dates? But yeah, it's been a lot of red flags at a lot of these companies. I can go on. It's other stuff when they have when they have an orientation and they don't give you the codes to the doors. I'm like, did anybody like actually plan this out? I've been on too many job interviews and too many job orientations, and I'm like, I got a preference now. First of all, how you speak to me. That's going to determine if I even show up, how you speak to me. And then how I see you speak to others. Because you ain't finna get me in here and think it's my only option. It's not. It's not. It's not. And I think they're starting to realize this, but they still be trying to like play like, okay, well, this is how we run it here, and this is this and this and this. Okay. Okay. As I'm walking out the door, okay. Thanks. Have a nice day. Yeah, so many red flags at some of these places, like, and I've had one that fooled me because I had 2 interviews, and I was like, oh, okay, 2 interviews, okay. Well, we'll call you back when we make the decision. Okay, very professional, all of the things that I would think. Get the orientation. Orientation, I meet all the department heads. We do a tour. I'm like, it seems clean, it looks clean. Everything that they're saying is matching what I'm seeing. Get on the floor. Trash. Trash. I've been at a place where the aides were fighting on the floor. Like on the floor, meaning like the hall that I'm working on. It went from them. I thought they were playing because, sometimes us folk, can talk aggressively, but they're playing. And then next thing I know, they swinging. I'm like, whoa, what? Should I give this man his pills that he been ringing for? Or should I stop this fight that's going to like, where's the other nurse? Like, too much. Too much. And I usually work night shift, so it'd be like, there's nobody here to save us. Send help. There's nobody coming. Anyways, you can apply these to all jobs in my mind. You can apply this to all jobs. Like, if you don't get this if you start getting these like little signs, it's probably not a good job. And if you need the job until you get something better, work the job. But I'm just letting you know it's going to be some bullshit.
99% of the time.
99.9% of the time. I'm serious. It's rough out here. It's I'm just trying to find a job that I like enough to keep working at. Like, that's where I'm at right now. Just enough to keep working at. And it's actually one that I worked at before that I kind of want to go back. But again, it's across that bridge. And right now, I don't got no wings. So how am I going to get across the bridge? Y'all let me know down below in the comment section, what are some red flags for you with a job? I can keep going because it's a lot. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.